in a string of primaries that could give a big boost to both presidential frontrunners. Donald Trump is favored to win all 5 Republican races in Pennsylvania, Maryland, Delaware, Connecticut, and Rhode Island.
These states are not part of the pact where Ted Cruz and John Kasich vowed to work together against Trump. The billionaire says the alliance shows his opponents are, quote, weak and pathetic. Major Garrett spoke with Kasich yesterday and is with us here in Studio 57. Major, good morning.
Good morning. John Kasich told me this awkward 11th-hour alliance with Ted Cruz was really about protecting the country from Hillary Clinton. Perhaps. But first, it's about blocking Donald Trump from winning the nomination. Trump knows this and therefore let loose with a barrage of attacks on, well, just about everything.
It shows how weak they are. It shows how pathetic they are.
Donald Trump predictably pounced on a new pact by Ted Cruz and John Kasich to let the stronger candidate challenge Trump in 3 upcoming primaries.
You had Lion Ted announce that he can't win by himself. He cannot do it. You know, he's a choker. He cannot do it. You know, the Kasich thing is interesting because here's a guy that just says, I'm going to stay. Like a stubborn, like if you have a child who's a spoiled brat, where they go, I don't care, Daddy.
Trump even mocked Kasich's table manners.
He's stuffing pancakes in his mouth like this. And then they talk about presidential. Oh, I see, he's president. He puts pancakes this big in his mouth and he's shoving them in.
In the first state impacted by this new strategy, Cruz urged Kasich supporters in Indiana to set aside their misgivings and unite against Trump.
What that means is that Indiana gets a straight and direct choice between our campaign and Donald Trump.
In Philadelphia, Kasich at first told his supporters to stick with him. Hours later in Maryland, Kasich told us this.
I'm not going to be campaigning in Indiana. Voters can figure out what they want to do and let them do what they feel they should.
But you would welcome their votes, right?
I would never tell a voter who votes for me that I don't like their vote. You guys are talking about this 24/7 like this is some thunderbolt, like something that is so shocking.
The highly unusual Cruz-Kasich gambit reflects increased panic about Trump's momentum.
He may have a good night, but then right after tomorrow, the race is going to shift back west. And as it shifts back west, there are a lot of states that I think are going to be very good.
For all their denials, this is a new and utterly unconventional strategy to take down a party frontrunner, and it will allow anti-Trump super PACs to get more bang for their buck in states where this alliance actually exists. The first test is Indiana. If it succeeds, anti-Trump forces will have a playbook. If not, they will have Trump and no more illusions. Gail?
Once again, there's been nothing typical about this campaign, 2016. To be continued for sure. Thank you, Major.